welcome to episode 14 of Gal and Kitten Knittin'. I am Heather, and you can find me as Space Kitten 3000 on Ravelry, Instagram, and Twitter.
And I am Chelsea. You can find me as Gal Knits Yarn on Ravelry and Instagram. You can also find me at Gallialvia on Twitter, although my presence on there is very limited, so Instagram and Ravelry are the places to go. Again, that's Gal Knits Yarn. A little bit easier than the Gallialvia.
And you can find us as a duo, our podcast on Twitter as Gak Knits. That's GAKKNITS.
Gak Knittin.
Knittin, not knits.
Yeah.
I don't know our own Twitter.
Yeah, it's all right.
We'll put it down here.
Yep.
Again, Twitter is not the place we're most active.
Find us on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram is where I post most of my knitting fun.
Yeah.
And crafting in general.
Yeah.
So, last time we recorded was 2 weeks ago, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. So, we are back in our normal recording area now at Gal's home. But yeah, we actually, in a short amount of time, I think we have a lot of fun stuff to talk about. Yeah. I have no FOs.
I actually have one.
I know. I'm so excited.
So this is the Age of Brass and Steam Kerchief by the Orange Blossom Yarn, I believe is the name of it. I forgot to look it up before I, did all of this, but I will put it down below. So here is, I
haven't seen it in person yet. The yarn looks so pretty.
Thank you. I dyed this yarn myself. It was a colorway that I did in a class with Amanda Jarvis from
Mrs. Crosby.
Mrs. Crosby loves to play in Lorna's Laces. Thank you. But it's just a little DK weight yarn and just a little one skein wonder. And it's flipping up here and I don't know what to do about that.
I wonder if...
I don't know.
I don't know either.
So if you guys have some tips or tricks about... there we go. That's better.
Well, I think it was on Yarnder Woman's podcast. She, her latest one, she knit, and I don't remember what it was, but she knit a shorter, little kerchief, and she just ties it in the back. And so I'm wondering if maybe you just tied it, that you could make it to where it wouldn't flip on the sides.
Maybe.
I don't know.
It's not so taut there on the
sides.
Right,
exactly.
Yep.
But it looks really cute like that. It almost looks like just a pointy cowl.
Yeah.
If you just tied it in the back.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't even be able to tell back there that it would be a knot or anything.
I'm just going to leave that on for the rest of the podcast.
It looks really cute.
Thanks.
And you got your little pin.
I do. I got my Nevertheless She Knitted pin. I
got it at Fiberfest last year.
Got it at DFW Fiberfest last year. Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. I think it turned out really cute.
Thank you. I was very pleased. I wasn't so sure, but once I blocked it, it looked really great. It really kind of opened up the yarn overs and everything. So, yeah.
Nice. You got that done quick.
I did. It took me a week to finish it up. So, it was a really quick knit and yeah. So, if you're looking for just a quick, because I've decided, I'm going to kind of talk about this a little bit because I don't have very many whips going right now. I need to come up with whips that are a little bit more like this, where it's a little bit more instant gratification, because I tend to go more towards the bigger ticket items like the long weekend cardigan, the Shusui Shrug, where it takes a long time to work on. And so I get a little discouraged because it's taking me so long to get these things done. And I get that. Yeah. And we'll talk a little bit about this in Q. I still have things that I want to do that takes a while, but I need to find, so if you guys have ideas of little projects that don't take very long, like vanilla socks. I started some vanilla socks today. You
should start a pair. Wasn't there some mitts that you were going to use it was like a teal and a fuchsia, and you were going to stripe them or something?
Yep.
You could do mitts, because mitts don't take too long.
That's a good call.
And you have the yarn already. I can't remember what pattern. We had talked about it previously in one of our episodes, but it was what was it, Queensland wool or something?
It is Queensland wool.
And it was teal, and I'm looking over here at her yarn to see if I can see it.
No, it's teal and a hot pink.
Yeah.
And I can't remember.
But I feel like they were striped maybe or something. But you should do those. Those would be fun. And it's almost that time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely... Oh, it's the Nova Scotia Wrist Warmers by Drops Design.
That's
is
what it
the
was.
pattern, and I'll put it over here. But the Nova Scotia knit warmers, or wrist warmers, I do like those and say, yeah, that would be a good way to introduce me to some color work, too.
Mm-hmm. And it wouldn't be like the pumpkin spice latte, which is like crazy
color work. Yeah.
So anyway, that just popped in my mind when you said that.
No, that's a good call.
But I'm that way too. Like I felt like a rock star last podcast when I had all of those finished objects, right? But it was 2 hats, a smaller scarf, and socks that I had. The socks I had been working on for a while, but the other stuff was just. I mean, hats don't take any time at all. No. And the scarf was not, I mean, it was like a one skein project. Yeah. So, or the shawl thing. Yeah.
Maybe I need to do another hat because I wear hats quite a bit.
Dan, I was thinking about that today because I don't wear hats that often.
Yeah.
First of all, I wear my hair in a ponytail quite often, so that's not,
You need to do the messy bun hat.
Or they have some where there's just a hole where I could put my whole ponytail through.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, the messy bun hat.
Oh, is it the same concept?
Basically.
Yeah. But I need to start wearing hats more because I was watching Sandy by the Lakeside. Yes. By the Lakeside this morning. She did her Rhinebeck like review thing, and I was watching it while I was putting on my makeup this morning. Uh-huh. And she was talking about a couple hats that she wants to do with some bulky yarn that she bought, which I hardly ever use bulky yarn. But then I was like, ooh, I really like that hat. I like that bulky yarn. And then I was like, I just need to start wearing more hats so that I can do those quick projects like you were talking about, because it's nice to have something, you feel like you're getting something accomplished, So I totally get that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, tell us, what are you working on?
I don't have an FO, but as Tommy from Squirrel Pie Productions says, I have a mofo, which is a mostly finished object, which I thought was so cute. I'd never heard before. And I was like, that's adorable. And I tried so hard to get this done by today, but I just couldn't do it. So, let me turn it around. This is Girl's Best Friend. Here's where I was the last time we spoke. I kept my progress keeper there. And this is where I am now. And I have about a 1/2 inch left of this rib. And then a bind off. And it shows pom-poms, but I was discussing it with Gal, and I just don't think I'm going to do the pom-poms. It's not really my style. And I think it's going to grow quite a bit. It's very big already. Yeah. I think there's almost 400 stitches, if not 400 stitches on it. And I tried so hard to get this done because I was so close, but my fingers were like cramping up. And then I took a break yesterday to do some sewing. And I just couldn't do it. But anyway, it'll be done and blocked for the next time. But yeah, here it is.
That'll be so pretty when it's done.
Yeah.
You've done a lot of work on that.
I did. I don't know. I was kind of on a roll with it. And I thought maybe I could get it done. I was really like, I think I'll be able to get it done. But one day last week was our anniversary. So we went out to eat and stuff. And I didn't knit one night, and then we did a bunch of errands and stuff yesterday, and so I just knit in the evening, and then I wanted to sew. I
just want to show this to you. This is how much she's done in this amount of time. Whoop. And I've got about the same amount of stitches. This is all I've done in that amount of time.
Well, you've been busy doing other things that we'll talk about later. But we were talking, and I told her that I timed myself last night, and to do one row of the ribbing part took me about 20 minutes to do one row. And right now, I think I have 5 rows left to do and then bind off. And she was like, well, it takes me like 30 minutes to do
that many stitches on a row.
But I guess it kind of... Right now, it's just knit and purl stitches, so that goes by faster.
Yeah, and I'm doing brioche in this, and I think that's part of it. It slows me down a little bit when I'm doing brioche. Yeah. And I've got to pay attention to where I've got some increases in through here, and because I've got some increases in some kind of funny places on weird times and everything like that. So.
Yeah, and on this right now, I don't even need the pattern because you're just following what you did previously. Yeah. So it's real quick. I will say that this purple bauble section, I don't know if you can see the baubles. I did not enjoy. She's not a baubles girl. Mm-mm. And this was the first time I had done baubles, and I don't know if it's, there's one way you do baubles or what, but the baubles were not my favorite. Luckily, it was just one row of baubles, but there were a lot of baubles in that row. I was really happy to get done with that section.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. So that's my mostly finished object.
So here is Shusui Shrug, and I can't pull it all the way out because my cable isn't long enough, but maybe I need to put a longer cable on this guy now. I don't know, it seems like a pretty long cable. But, yeah, there's Shusui. I am on the shoulder increases right now. So there is brioche in the shoulder increases, and we're slowly getting into... say some new sections, although I'm going to be stuck in this shoulder increase section. I was looking at it yesterday for quite a long while. So,
oh no.
Yeah, I managed to get, I think, about 10 rows done. And the rows, so when I say 10 rows, it's probably like, actually it's more like 6 rows. So it's like you do 2 rows for each row.
Oh, yeah.
So it's more like 12 rows that I got done. So I did get some done, but not a lot. So, and I just feel like I didn't get to spend a lot of time knitting this last go round, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But I did get some done on it, so I'm pleased with that. And this is Leon Alexander yarn, or the yarn is dyed by Leon Alexander Yarns, so I love his yarns. If you are into speckle dyed yarns, they are absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, really
the colorways I've got going in here are the Parisian Jardin and the Pink Lady so far. I do have one more colorway that I will be adding into it for the outline, the bind off, the I-cord bind off at the very end.
Is it yellow?
It is yellow.
Remember. Okay.
It is yellow. It's called... I don't remember. Sorry. Whenever I add it to it, you'll know. So, but yeah, there was my goodies. That's what I've really been working on the last... Well, I worked on this, and then I got this finished. So that isn't true. I did get to get this finished and work on this. And I worked some on Shusui. Yeah. Shusui. I can't say that word.
And I got a little ways on my fall sock.
She got quite a bit of ways.
This is still the first sock, so I'm still working away. I still got a few inches left on this because I've got long feet before I do the toe decreases.
So Logan pointed out to me, Logan of Leon Alexander Yarns pointed out to me today, this yarn base is called Primavera.
Oh, that's the base?
Or not the base.
Oh, okay.
The colorway is Primavera by Malabrigo Yarns. And of course, I didn't bring mine over here to show, but I've got the cuff started on my fall socks. I started this morning. So yay, I've got some vanilla socks going. I decided to go with vanilla instead of aster just so I could have something easy knitting to do whenever I'm out and about. But the colorway Primavera means spring.
And we're doing it for fall.
And we're doing it for fall.
That's
funny.
And
it looks like a fall colorway.
It does look like a fall colorway to me.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Who knows?
That's funny.
Yeah, he pointed that out to me. It's kind of funny that it's Primavera and you're knitting it for fall.
Those are fall colors. I don't see spring at all in this.
Yeah, I don't know.
But, we talked last time, I did increase my stitch count from 56 to 60. I have not put this on my foot yet because I'm not going to until I get a little bit closer to the length I know I need to, be before I start my toe decreases. So I don't know, I think I'll like it better with 60. Yeah. I really do.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was pretty good. My parents came over last weekend. They live about an hour away from me and my husband, and me and my mom wanted to do some shopping and stuff. So my mom and dad came over, and my dad hung out with my husband, and me and mom did shopping, and they went ahead and spent the night at our house. And so when we were watching movies and stuff that night, that's where I knit most of.
Oh, nice.
Did I have the heel done last time?
No.
I don't remember.
No, you did not.
But yeah, I did the heel flap and everything before, and then last weekend I did this while we were just chatting and watching movies and stuff.
You did quite a bit there.
Yeah. I can do it pretty fast.
That's really awesome.
Just this pretty fast.
Yeah.
Do you have any more whips?
Well, I've got my socks, so I did.
Oh, yeah.
I did use the Twisted German cast on.
I did that for my other whip that I'll talk about.
Yeah. So I did use that cast on for my socks, because that was in the comments of the last episode. We did have somebody, Raina said that you might try this, and so I went ahead and I did like the results. It's just a much more finished look than the short tail cast on.
Stretchier?
And it's stretchier. It's got a little bit more space there in between each of your stitches, where you have to actually create the space when you're using the long tail cast on. It's already created for you in that other cast on, the German short twisted cast on. So yeah, I went ahead and did that. We'll see how it did. I also see how it does. I also increased my stitch count to 60 from 56 on size 1 needles to see if I like that better. So I've got a couple of different things at play. I did go ahead and re-gauge my gauge swatch for my socks to see if my gauge had in fact tightened, and it had. I used to have 7.25 stitches per inch. I have 8 now.
Oh, wow.
And even 8. So quite a bit of difference there in that gauge swatch. So it really has tightened. So I went ahead and made those 2 alterations to my pattern, and we shall see. I'm super excited to see what happens with these vanilla socks. I'm actually excited to have them on my needles, because
that's good. I'm glad.
Yeah, I didn't cast on till this morning. I've gone a couple of weeks without having a really this was a really easy knit, but once this was done, I had a whole other week where I didn't have anything on my needles besides Shusui. I did, but I wasn't working on it. But it still wasn't an easy enough knit to take with me and do things with. So I'm really excited now to have that vanilla knit back in my life. So
did you take it with you yesterday? Or no, you didn't.
I cast on this morning.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I said that, and then I was like, wait, no, I knew you cast it on this morning.
No, I cast on this morning. So I'm excited to have something to work on whenever I'm on the go.
You could always do another socket hat. That's easy.
That's a thought. That's actually a thought. I'll talk about that a little bit more in a bit.
Yep. Okay. The next thing I have...
I like to foreshadow.
I know, we did that a lot last time.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. I cast on Nurtured. That's the wrong side. You can see my little seam. Wait.
I think it's just where you had it folded.
Yeah, I think it is where I had it folded. That's my seam right there. But anyway, this is a sleeve, part of a sleeve for Nurtured by Andrea Mowry. I did cast it on. Yeah, you do the sleeves first, which is interesting. So,
I really like that pattern.
Yeah, you can see where I had it folded because I'm using DPNs for the arms. But yeah, it's a little... So, and I did, that's the same cast on, the German twist cast on?
I've seen it both ways, Twisted German cast on.
But that's, it was the first time I did it, but that's what it called for. It's really, really easy too.
It is really easy. Did you use Andrea Mowry's video for that?
No, I didn't. I used Pink Knits.
Gotcha.
Because I used her cast on, or I used her video for the Kitchener stitch, since I can never remember the Kitchener stitch. But yeah, so
Julie Knits in Paris did a little Instagram video, and every time that I need to remember how to Kitchener stitch, I have to go back through her Instagram feed and find it.
Oh, really?
Because it's just like a little not a boomerang video, because it's a little longer than that, but it's just a little, 30-second clip, and I can pick it up from there. It's so
well,
simple,
the last time I did when I did my stripy socks, because you Kitchener the toe and the heel, with the afterthought heel, and I just ended up writing it down so I don't have to go back to the video, because I know I just need to know the order to do this stuff, so I just ended up writing it down so I don't have to look at it anymore.
Knit, purl, purl it. Knit, purl, purl.
Well, it's like off, when you take the stitch off and when you don't and all that. So I wrote it all down, so now I don't have to refer back. But
I just have to remember knit, purl, purl, knit, and that's all I need to remember for. And obviously I remember it now, so I don't know how to look at the videos anymore, thank goodness.
But yeah, just the sleeve. I still have quite a bit to go. I have to do, I don't know, to do more increases, and obviously this only went to my elbow, so I have quite a ways to go. So, but I kind of stopped working on that to focus on A Girl's Best Friend, because I thought I would be able to get it done. And I just went to Michael's and bought, I forget what the colorway is called. Let me grab my other skein. I just used Patton's Classic Wool Worsted in Heath Heather.
Oh.
So there you go. And I think I needed like 6 skeins or something. I'm doing the 3rd size. I wavered from doing the 40 and the 44. I chose the 44 because, I don't know. That's just what I chose. I hope it's not too big. I just know that Andrea Mowry's one that she did in the picture was 40, and she had 6 inches of positive ease. And if I did a 40, that would only leave me with 4 inches of positive ease, which wouldn't have been bad. But now I'm wondering if I should have done that. I don't know.
Don't second guess yourself.
I don't know. The arms are fine so far for the size I picked. It doesn't mean I have to pick the same size when I do the body.
No, it does not.
As long as the arms fit, the arms are fitting fine. I'm going to do more increases as we go up. But anyway, here it is. I got the, non-expensive yarn to try it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to get back to this.
She's garment knitting.
And I did a swatch. I did a swatch for this one. Because I wanted, or I did a, gauge swatch, which I don't ever do. And I did one, and it was fine. I was able to just use the suggested needles and everything. I got gauge, but then I had to decide what size I wanted.
Yeah.
And I am second guessing myself. But I did order fabric. I made this shirt, and I ordered fabric to make another one of these, but longer, because this pattern actually is really long. This is like, almost, I cropped this quite a bit because it's kind of short, but it's supposed to go like way, way down here. So I ordered fabric to make another one of these longer to wear this over it.
Oh, that's going to be adorable. That's a great idea.
And the fabric I ordered is white, and then it has black little like pins, like sewing pins. Like with the eye, it has that all over it, and
so sewing needles?
Yeah, like sewing needles. Yes. And so it's white with like black sewing needles on it, and then I want to wear this over it. So hopefully that all works out. I mean, I know the top will, because I've made 2 of these already. Yeah. So even if the sweater doesn't work out, I'll still wear the top because I know I like it.
Hashtag slow fashion. Kitten is a part of the trend.
I really like sewing. It's fun.
Yep.
And it's fast. It's faster than knitting things, even though I like knitting, but sewing is so fast.
So I just have to share with you guys, because I love this cup. Love this glass cup. This is my 3 sheeps to the wind glass.
I use mine all the time.
And the sheeps are like blowing away.
I use mine all the time. I have a lot of wine glasses, and that's the one I always pick out of my cupboard when I drink wine. I have one that says sheep faced.
Yep. We bought them at DFW Fiberfest. They're adorable.
Yeah. That's all I have for whips, and yeah.
Yeah.
But that's pretty good.
So do you have anything in your queue right now?
Not exactly, but there is something I want to talk about. First of all, I talked about the hollow shawl last time.
Yeah.
I am still planning on knitting that. I have it with me. I just was so focused on
A Girl's Best Friend.
A Girl's Best Friend that I was like, I don't need to start a shawl. And then I decided to go ahead and start the Nurtured. So I kind of wanted to finish A Girl's Best Friend before I started another big shawl, because it's a three skein shawl.
Yeah.
So I am still going to do that as soon as I finish A Girl's Best Friend.
Okay.
The other thing, it's not really in my queue, but the brand Hooker's Corner that I got the Gilbert Blythe fingering yarn that I made the what was that shawl called that I made that I finished last time? The blue one. Close to you. Close to you. Yeah. It was that yarn, and I loved that yarn. And Gilbert Blythe is a character in Anne of Green Gables, if you're not familiar. And I loved Anne of Green Gables. I have since I was little, and I've read the books many times as an adult as well. Mm-hmm. But she is doing a Anne of Green Gables Advent yarn calendar.
Oh, that's nice.
And I just saw it on Instagram, and I haven't looked in. I probably need to go ahead and do it, because I'm sure orders have to be in by November, I bet, because they, it starts in December.
It's a pre-order. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that would be so fun. And she has a lot of Anne of Green Gables colorways already. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if she's making new ones, or I don't know. But even if I got the one she already has, I would, they're so pretty and I like it. I would love it. So I might do that. I don't know. Yeah. And I think she maybe suggests a pattern to because they're minis, so I think she's...
Oh, that's nice that she does that.
So I think there's a shawl pattern or something that she might suggest for them. But yeah, so that's really all. I just may be thinking about getting the Advent calendar, because I love a theme, and I love Anne of Green Gables.
Yep.
So that's really the only thing I have in my queue. I am going to start that other shawl, but that's all for now.
Yeah.
What about you?
So I know I've talked about it before. I actually had a dream last night about Andrea Mowry's Baubles shawl. It was the strangest dream.
That's really... Was Andrea Mowry in your dream? No. Or was it just the shawl?
The shawl.
Okay.
The shawl was in my dream. And I think it was because I was looking it up last night. It came across my Instagram feed, and so I downloaded the pattern and was looking at the pattern and everything like that. I think that's why this happened. And that got me excited to knit it again, because I was really looking at the A Girl's Best Friend. I've got yarn for both. Mm-hmm. I have yarn for 3 different shawls right now, you guys. And I'm just very torn in which direction I want to go, because I know shawls take quite a bit of time, and I'm already doing Shusui. I can't say that word.
Shusui. It's hard not to put the SH
in both places. Yeah. So but anyway, I digress. I had this dream last night that I was in Kitten's hometown, because she drives about 45 minutes away to come up here and do the podcast, or vice versa if we're doing it at her house. We live 45 minutes away. Kind of sucks for best friends, but we managed to make it work. So I had a dream that we were in her hometown, and I needed to start Baubles shawl. And I realized that I didn't have my yarn with me. But for some reason, instead of 45 minutes away, it was very far away from my home. It was hours away from my home. So I needed to go to the yarn store to buy yarn to start this shawl. So funny. I woke up this morning really wanting to make Baubles.
It was just on your mind.
It was on my mind. Yeah. It was in my heart, on my mind. And so I am kind of leaning back towards, I had dyed some yarn for it. I just didn't want to take the time this morning to wind it up, which is why I went ahead. I'd already wound up the Primavera yarn for the socks, so I just went ahead and started the socks instead. But I really think I'm going to start knitting on that. Yeah. Baubles. So another big
Maybe
project.
It's meant to be, since you dreamed about it.
Maybe. I don't know. I just think I had it on my mind, and so it just transferred into dreams.
That's really funny.
Oh my gosh. The strangest things. We dream about the strangest things. So, but I don't have a project bag to go with a big shawl. So I
know someone who can make big project bags.
I know somebody who can make big project bags too.
That's
I just didn't think about it until right this second. I don't know. But, yeah, so that is going to have to happen very soon because I need to start a shawl.
Yeah.
I just need to start a shawl.
I also really liked, I sent this to you the other day, the new pattern by Isabell Kraemer, the Santa Fe.
Oh, yes. I didn't like it upside down. I know in one of the pictures she had worn it upside down, and I was looking at it and going, ooh, I don't think you'd like it that way. Is kind of what I was going through my head.
Yeah, I don't remember. I know there's a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
And she has, I forget what they're called, but it's
the
a specific kind of closure where you can move it on your knit. So you can have it up here, you can have it in the middle, you can have it down. They're black leather. I think they have brown ones too. I've seen them on other things.
Yeah.
But she had that, and so there were different ways you could wear it. The only thing that scared me about it was I was reading just about the pattern. I didn't buy the pattern, but you kind of do one half first and then the other, and so you pick up stitches on the pattern in the back. Do that. That's scary to me.
Oh, you can do that. If you can do the afterthought heel,
yeah,
you can do this.
Well, I had holes in my afterthought heel from picking up stitches, so.
It's just a process that you will have to be...
It'll just be more noticeable. You'll have to be really mindful since you have to pick them up in pattern.
Yeah, you'll have to be very mindful about what you're picking up and very patient in how you're doing it.
And I think it's sport weight. Yeah,
so
it's
hard to
sport
find
weight.
Sport weight.
It is. I mean, the first thing I go to is Mrs. Crosby.
Yep.
But Miss Babs also has sport weight, which I've never used hers yarn before, but I want to.
I might be able to get some for you.
Oh, yeah. Foreshadowing. We can move on to that because we're done with you.
No, I actually have one more thing in my queue.
Oh, okay.
So, going back to Leon Alexander Yarns, he put in his shop today because I do some spinning.
Yeah.
He's doing a pre-order for his 12 Days of Christmas, which is an ounce of spinning fiber a day, different colored spinning fiber a day. He told me today because I am friends with the owner of Leon Alexander Yarns, and so he told me today that he's going to have some like exquisite kind of when I say exquisite, not your just not your merino.
Oh, okay.
He's going to have some different kinds of fibers in there as well. And so I'm
That's
really excited by that.
Yeah.
And I told my husband today, I think I'm going to acquire that.
That'd be fun.
So that is not so much knitting, but it is spinning and that's fiber. So I'm going to talk about that because I am excited for that. And I wanted to do an advent calendar this year and it just didn't work out to where I could do yarn this year, but the fiber may just have to do that. And I think it would be so much fun to sit down because it's an ounce of fiber for the 12 day. And I just think it would be so fun and so relaxing to sit down once a day with your spinning wheel and just spin that ounce of yarn or spin that ounce of fiber. And then when it's gone.
So how much yarn can you get from an ounce of fiber?
So if you think about it, an ounce of fiber or a skein is roughly 3.5 to 4 ounces of fiber. So if you're talking 12 ounces, you could get, depending on how your...
Right.
You could get multiple skeins out of that. You can get 3 or so. But I tend to spin pretty thickly. I can't get very thin yet. And I haven't ever plied yet. I'm very new to the spinning world. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
and
that seems fun.
That'll be coming down my pipe, I think. So let's talk about what we've been up to. What have you been up to, Kitten?
Not much of anything. Not as much as you have.
So this is what I've been doing with my time. And
you definitely have more news than I do.
Why I haven't really been doing a lot of knitting. I have started a company with my mother. It is called Bluebird Creative Arts. I am doing yarn dyeing for it with a little bit of yarn dyeing from my mother. She is helping. She's coming over on the weekends and helping me doing some yarn dyeing. So some of this is her product as well. It is creative arts because it is more than just yarn. We've got some earrings in our shop right now. We are on Etsy right now. We do plan on having a small booth in a local store as well here in the future.
And they're on Instagram too. Yes,
we are on Instagram at Bluebird Creative Arts on Instagram. I'll put that down here. But if you go to our website, bluebirdcreativearts.com, it will take you directly to our Etsy store. So you can go to the Etsy store. But it is very heavily fiber arts related. There's some silk scarves in there. There are some felting arts in there. Felted items in there. And then my hand-dyed yarns.
Yes.
So I am finally on the hand-dyed yarn train. I am finally doing my creative bit. You guys kind of knew it was coming because I've talked about it before wanting to do this. But it is finally coming to fruition. It just kind of took a little bit to get there. So I'm not going to show you all of my colorways because there are quite a few at this point, but I will show you some of my favorites. We are kind of bird centric because we are Bluebird Creative Arts. And I'll tell you real quick, that name came because I've got blue eyes and my mom always called me her little bluebird. So that's kind of how that name came to be. Since it's a project that both of us are working on, it is Bluebird Creative Arts. So this is Blue Jay or Jay. I haven't decided as of yet how I'm going to list this in the shop, if it's going to be Jay or Blue Jay. But as you can see, it's got little pops of black in there and blue. And this is on our fingering base. It is a 75-25 merino nylon sock base. It's got 100 grams in there, which I believe is 400 meters. So a little bit over 400, I think it's like 450 yards or something like that.
That sounds right.
Per skein. I am selling these in the store for $22 a piece. This is my Wren.
I love that one. Sorry.
Which is also on the sock base. As of right now, all of the things in the store are going to be on the sock base, the 75-25 sock base. This has got some pops of green and red in there. I don't know if you can see that, but it is mainly beiges and browns. This was a fun little one that Mom and I both worked on. This is called Painted Bunting. I don't know if you've ever seen a painted bunting, but they are beautiful birds. They are. And we do have some of them here in Oklahoma, so we're very fortunate to have some very pretty birds here. But that's just a multicolored. And then last but not least, this is one that Mom worked on. And we're calling this one Pumpkin Spice. And it is perfect for fall. It is absolutely perfect for fall, but it is one of my favorite ones.
That could have been our fall socks, too.
That could have been our fall socks, absolutely.
And that's why she was saying she might know somebody that could help me get some sport weight.
Yep. That's exactly right. So if there's colorways that she's interested in or anything like that, I would be happy to dye something up for you. But yeah, I've got... we can work out a trade or something like that, a project bag for some yarn.
And she was kind enough to, Rin, I love all of the colors, but when I saw this one in pictures, I immediately was drawn to this one. And then this is either Jay or Blue Jay.
Yeah.
But she gifted me these, and I'm going to knit up a couple of little swatches for her.
Yeah.
And then I'll still have plenty to do anything that I would want to do with these. So thank you for
You're
that.
welcome. You're welcome.
But yes, I'm very excited. These are beautiful. So
thank you.
Yeah, I'm really excited that she sent me a link to her Etsy store, and I was like, yay! It's
finally happening, you guys.
It's been on our mind for so long.
Ever since we dyed the first time,
With Kiki,
I've said
yeah.
I wanted to dye, and so it's
and she's got
happening.
a big tub of stuff, so in lots of colors, and they're really, really pretty.
Yep.
You can check out her Instagram. She started kind of the Gal Knits Yarn Instagram. She started posting pictures there as she was dyeing, so you'll get kind of a sneak peek of some of the stuff that is to come there. So yeah, definitely check it out. There's some beautiful stuff, and they have a signature colorway that's really pretty.
Yeah,
so,
Bluebird.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
So
yeah, she's been a busy little dyeing bee.
I have been a busy little dyeing bee, so I have not been doing my knitting like a good girl, but hopefully I'll be able to strike that balance between, work, creative work, and...
Well, you were just trying to get a start, too.
Exactly.
So you were trying to get that base, have a base set of product. So,
exactly.
You were, working really hard on just getting all of those skeins dyed. And you plan on having...
I plan on having more than just fingering
bulky,
weight. I have got some alpaca bulky. I've got some 100% merino Aran weight, so your worsted weight.
And you have some cashmere.
I have some cashmere merino nylon blend as well. That is a fingering that will be coming to the shop as well. So if you see something that you like and that you maybe want in a different weight, message me and let me know, because I may have that or have access to that, and I'm happy to do custom orders for you in those colorways, or if you think of another colorway that you might be interested in, I'm happy to give it a try, and we'll do a one-of-a-kind skein, and if that's what you want, we'll go from there.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yay! Well, congratulations.
I'm
excited for you.
Thank you. So we're a little bit short on time today, or a little bit short.
I have a couple acquisitions I can talk about still.
Yeah.
Just a couple little things. One thing I made that's knitting related, and then a couple of just other little things. My anniversary was last week. Me and my husband have been together for 12 years, but it was our 4-year wedding anniversary on the 25th. And he got me some stuff, but he got me some cute little knitting related stuff, and I just think it's adorable that he goes into the knitting store and just like picks out cute little things for me.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really know except what he sees me doing and things like that, but it was really cute. But he got me this little lammy tape measure. It's so cute. I think it's actually crocheted.
I think so.
Yeah, but it's so cute. It's got this little tail. So he picked that out for me, which is adorable. And then he got me one of these digital stitch counters, a little pink one. And I have a manual one that I use on some stuff, but he had no idea if any of these things would be useful to me. He just thought that they were cute and that they might be helpful. So he got me this little one here.
That's so sweet of him.
I know, it's so cute. And then I'm losing needles all over the place. I needed a project bag. I didn't really need one, but I kind of just wanted to make one, and I was in the mood to sew something that wasn't like a garment.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did a drawstring. And I made this yesterday. It took me a couple hours. This is the second drawstring I made. The first one I sent to an Instagram friend in Chicago. Hi, April, if you're watching. But, yeah, it's got swans. I already had the fabric and everything. I had both of these fabrics, and then it's just lined in gray. And then I just had to go to the store and get little ties for it. But I really like it. Mm-hmm. I like the pattern I used is the Leah bag from IndigoBird. Is that? Let me see. Yeah, IndigoBird Designs. Okay. I got it from Etsy. And the pattern, if you buy the pattern, it comes with 3 sizes, and this is the biggest size. But once you know how to do it, you can make your own dimensions. I just made the dimensions of the big one, the biggest one.
Yeah.
And you can play with, if you want more or less of a
boxy bottom.
Boxy, or if you want more of the bottom one to show. I have a 7-inch boxed bottom on this one. But yeah, so I made that. It was fun. I like it. Right now it's got the pattern and the yarn for the hollows. I just don't have it done. So yeah, that's kind of an acquisition.
Nice. Because
I made it last night. But yeah, that's it for my acquisitions, except for the yarn I bought for Nurtured.
Yeah.
So, yeah, fun stuff. And then these are acquisitions too, which I'm happy about. But yeah, I think that's all we have right now.
I think so, and I have no acquisitions this week. Say I've been a good girl, and I've been, I don't know if that's a good girl or not, dyeing my own stuff, buying less of it.
I mean, after seeing all these Rhinebeck hauls, it sure did make me want to buy stuff.
Oh, I know. Were you guys following the Not Rhinebeck 2018? Because I sure was.
That was funny, yeah. I've seen a few of those hashtags and stuff on Instagram.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people are putting out their videos of their hauls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And man, oh man, I sure do want to buy some yarn. I don't need
Yeah.
any. Of course, you don't ever need any.
No.
And I don't even keep much of a stash, but I still have plenty I can work
I've got
on
to
right
work
now.
through my stash right now. I've got so much of a stash, it's ridiculous. So
yeah, and in a couple weeks, me and my husband are gonna have an overnight, just like a little overnight stay in the Dallas area, and for a show that we're seeing, and I'm debating on maybe finding some yarn stores in the area, but again, do I need to? No. Do I want to? Yes. Yeah. And I've also really been looking at those ritual dye knitting backpacks again that are...
sorry, I'm like yawning
It's
over
fine.
here.
Like, this is boring.
I'm podcasting. This is boring. No, I'm just kidding.
But my birthday / Christmas is coming up in December. The end of December.
I have your birthday gift.
I know, she texted me and she was like, I bought your birthday gift. I was like, it's October.
And I know what I'm getting you for Christmas.
That's so funny. And my birthday is Christmas Eve, so we still have a ways to go. So she's shopping early. But I'm maybe going to ask my husband to get me one of those knitting backpacks that we saw.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The knitter's backpack, yeah.
Mm-hmm. We'll
Those
see.
are nice.
I really like them.
Yeah.
But I almost bought one. Well, not almost bought one. I contemplating buying one at DFW Fiberfest because that was the first place I saw them. I had never seen them before, and I thought they were so cool. But I had bought a lot at that point already, and they're around $85, and so I just didn't feel comfortable at that point. If I would have saw them the first day, but it was the second day, and I just, I'd already bought some stuff.
Yeah.
So, but now I really want one. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't need one, but I don't need most of the stuff I have. I just want it. So, I guess that's it, huh?
I believe so.
We had a long episode last week and a little short
one this.
Yep.
We just had a lot to talk about last week.
Yeah, we did.
But thank you guys so much for sticking with us this week and for tuning in. We're glad that you continue to come back and join us for our podcasts.
And thank you for the comments that you leave.
Yeah.
It just makes me so happy that you guys enjoy what we do, because we enjoy doing it. And like we say all the time, the knitting community is the best community, and we really enjoy everybody's feedback and encouragement, and everybody's just so nice. And so we really appreciate all your comments and suggestions and things like that. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And if you are a first-time viewer, please go ahead and like us down there and subscribe to us, because we would love to see you back. Again, if you have any questions, comments, comment in the down bar below. We will put all of our information in the down bar below. So if you are interested in following us on social media, you can find us there as well. Thank you so much again, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Yep.
Happy knitting.
Bye.